Aquarius, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. It is a reading, a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and again, general. So if it's not resonating, don't force the fit. We are only one of many excellent tarot readers available to you on YouTube. So if this isn't your message, if it's not your energy I'm picking up on, then you know there are many other choices for you out there, and one of them may have your message for the week. Lots of swords. Look at those swords. As the sword cards go, those two are quite nice ones. Let's see what we have here for you, Aquarius. And I'm reading intuitively, so some of my interpretations may align with what you are used to hearing for standard Rider-Waite interpretations. And in other instances, it's just what I'm hearing from Spirit as I'm focusing on these images and the energies around this reading. So, Aquarius, what do we have here? There's a fair amount of creative energy around you right now. I think that you're definitely moving forward. There's a fairly strong sense here of rest, of you needing to make space for yourself in your life. That Four of Swords, taking a moment, getting away from the overthinking, getting away from the, maybe if it's not overthinking, the just constant mental energy and activity. You have a lot going on. You're trying to analyze a lot of things. Perhaps you're doing some writing, researching. Maybe your work calls on you to really dive deeply into analysis of facts and figures. And you're in need of a bit of like a weekend off, something where you just don't have to think, where your brain can just rest. You can get some sleep, you can recharge. Our brains do need sleep, there's a cleaning process that happens when we get some good sleep. And if we don't get the sleep we need, there's a lot of junk in our brains, and it does affect us. And that's a very oversimplified explanation. But if you're curious about it, you can certainly Google why we sleep, and you'll get some interesting answers there about the importance of sleep. You are in a space of victory. There's some public acclaim for your work. Maybe somebody's just made some comments about what a great job you did on a project, or how they really like your reasoning and your arguments in that defense that you put together of your idea. It's not enough, though, is what I'm sensing. This public acclaim, this celebration of success, this victory, it's just reminding you of this. There's inside of you a part that worries about being left out in the cold, that worries about not having enough, that worries about not being sustained, that feels perhaps always just a bit on the outside, not part of the party. And that makes you work very hard. That makes you very persistent and very diligent, very devoted to your projects and to your work, putting in long hours and burning the midnight oil, because you are not a quitter, and you have this vision in your mind of this happy ever after, this celebration, this space where you have carved out in your life room for play, room for joy. And you're getting there, but you realize it has a lot to do with your hard work. Your diligence, your persistence, your tenacity is moving you out of troubled waters into calmer space, is moving you toward a future that is less turbulent, perhaps, than your past. And you are moving toward what you want here, your celebration. So I think this week is really about understanding that underneath a lot of what you do is this motivation to not go back to where you came from, or not go to a place of lack. And it's important that you get some rest this week. I think perhaps December was quite busy for you. It certainly was for many people. And this week is really a good time to just recharge. You're doing what you need to do. You know that. You just have to keep at it, and you'll end up where you want to be. I think that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Not a super long reading this week, but it seems fairly clear what's going on. So thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Your support of the channel means a lot to me. It really does. This is just a passion project. It's not what I do for a living. And so to see that it is meaningful for folks, it really is quite touching. And I just want to thank you so much for that. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Every like, share, and subscribe gets the messages out to more folks. And that's really why I do this. You know, it's a calling, because I feel like there are messages here that need to be received and can be helpful. And so I thank you for helping me with that effort. Yeah, I think you're going to have a pretty good week. Hopefully you'll get that rest. We'll see you next time, Aquarius. Blessings.